What's up, guys? Caleb here from Reality Check, and we're with my boss, Mr. Steve Pinto, who we sent over to Computex 2018 in Taipei, Taiwan. And he had a pretty awesome time. He was invited there by MSI to go check out the booth. So tell me a bit about your first impressions. Not necessarily the flight, no one wants to hear about that, but just tell me about, walking into Computex for the first time, seeing all that beautiful tech on display. First impressions.
So I had this misconception that Computex was a consumer show. It's not. It's a purely business-to-business show. So it's a space for all the brands of Taiwan to kind of showcase all the stuff that they're doing for the distributors and partners around the world, and for media, right? So going to the MSI booth is pretty cool because you got to see all the different facets of the MSI business. They have workstation business, they have like a prestige, like consumer-based business, they have a monitor business that's
because everyone thinks they just do gaming laptops, but they're actually much broader than that.
I mean, they're number one in the world for gaming laptops, but they do components, they do monitors. They had this crazy 240 hertz NVIDIA G-Sync HD panel.
240 hertz.
240 hertz. 0.5 millisecond
Counter-Strike players, are you listening? 240 hertz, bruv. 240 hertz.
Mental. And
that's ridiculous.
It's crazy. And they also had this ridiculous 42-inch ultra-wide prototype that they were showcasing to see how people would judge it and see how well it would pull off. It's interesting because the people that they're showing it to is media and their potential partners. So it's cool to see how people judged it. And I thought it was a really good panel. It ran 144 hertz. It had like 99% sRGB color correction. So it's a great panel, based for productivity. People were jamming games on it with like no delay. It was great. It was like a 1 millisecond response time on it as well. Fantastic panel, not in production, still in a prototype phase. That's what they're playing with. Prototypes were cool. They actually had two different prototype setups that were really, really interesting. One was built for content creators in a sense, so like big studios. Yeah. You could put up to 6 NVMe drives in there. They had taken the cooling systems out of the GPUs and put them onto these special PCI slots. You could put it onto their motherboard, and then you could run up to four 512 SSD NVMe's with a cooling pad on the top, and you could get like
that is
like you could move file transfers like this. So you could put up to 6 NVMe's on this board. You could spec it however hell you wanted. You could put up to 128 gigs of RAM on it. They built it on the idea like this is a workstation for a studio making video.
So I mean, MSI obviously kind of following in line with what Computex is all about, which is innovation in technology and kind of exposing that to different businesses and then eventually taking that down and translating it to the market.
Right.
So quickly talk to me about what your favorite thing at the MSI booth was. Obviously we did the videos on each of the notebooks that they've done, but above and beyond anything that they did,
they had this crazy little thing, cut to the B-roll. They had this crazy little headphone stand.
I do that, you don't do that. Okay. Not joking. Yeah.
They had this little headphone stand. It had a hologram inside that connects to Dragon Center from MSI. So your Dragon Center is like your software to control your
it's the monitoring app that comes with all their laptops.
Now you can customize whatever's displayed on the hologram. That's basically your headphone stand. It was rad.
That is so cool. So you could basically get like temp monitoring and all that stuff.
You can set it up however you want. It kind of treats it like an external display. You can set little animations for the Dragon. You can also get notifications. You can get your temps. You can get whatever you want. You can customize it however you like. And then they have a wireless charging pad right on the bottom of your phone.
That is so cool. Damn. Okay, I mean, that would be me sold as well. That's super dope.
It's cool because you can it's also got a USB hub on it, so you just put your headphones. Bam, there's your setup, you can pull it up, and there's an extra little display. It is a hologram in a sense, but it's an illusion. It's a very cool concept. I think it'll be really cool if they put it into production. I thought it was just a really nice way to push the boundary.
Yeah.
When
innovate a bit, yeah.
Exactly, right? Because when you're a company that makes laptops and hardware and components, what you push the boundaries with is like spec.
Yeah.
Right? And here they were just like, nah, we're gonna do this. Let's just go wild, yeah? Let's just figure out how we can put holograms next to your PCs. I also really love their monitors. Their monitors are really cool. They've got these RGB strips on the bottom, and for Counter-Strike players, you're gonna love this.
I've actually seen one of those as well. Yeah, it gives you, so basically, from my understanding, is the strips kind of represent, well, you can, I think with a little bit of development down the line, you can use the lights to represent information. So like one bar can be ammo, one can be health, one can be shield, something like that.
It's already approved for Counter-Strike, so it already works from apps. Yeah, so it's five RGB strips. The 2 on the left is your health bar, the 2 on the right is your ammo count, and the slot in the middle just changes according to different spaces.
And like, you don't think about it that much, but if you really just delve a little bit deep into it, instead of having to kind of like go and look for the information on your screen, there's a color visual representation, which just out of the bottom of your eye, like if you see your red bar dropping, like that's already a way quicker response than looking on the screen and trying to get a number value or something like that.
And it's cool because
we've got our professional Counter-Strike player giving us such dirty looks at the back.
It's cool because it was a curved panel. So curved panels allow you to sit closer without like compromising your peripheral vision. I think once you have that, plus you have like that color indicator, you already start to improve your gameplay because your reaction time is based on color as opposed to a number in the corner.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly. I think that was really cool. I really enjoyed that, and I enjoyed seeing how big the actual MSI business is and how different it is. It's really cool how they treat their workstation clients. They spec it however you want. The gaming laptops have got such a wide range that you can find anything that suits your budget, whether you want to go balls to the wall and like have two 1080 Ti's or two 1080 SLIs inside of a machine, or if you want to just like, you know, scratch the surface and get a 1050 with a decent spec, you can do that. They have all the options for you. Plus, they're really pushing on these new cool peripherals. They're bringing out the keyboards, mechanical keyboards with really good switches in it. They're bringing out new mice. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff, and they're upgrading all of their hardware at the same time. So they're working really, really hard to bring all these new innovations into their product lines.
Cool. I mean, yeah, I think we've all known that about MSI for a long time. They do their things pretty damn well.
Is like
legit. Yeah. But now just talk to me about something kind of just to round it off and to end it all off. Talk to me about something like the importance of an event like Computex and what that does for the industry and what it does for technology.
Exactly.
Kind of just like
you're a global company, right? You've got markets all over the world and you've got partners all over the world. You need their feedback. You need those people to tell you what works, what doesn't work, what the market's looking for, what they're not looking for. Every country's different and everyone has different sets of their preferences and their offerings. And I think Computex is interesting because media comes and the public comes and they give their opinion on the last day. And the consumer and the distributors come and they give their opinions as well. So it's treated as the mark of how the Taiwanese computer business is going to change in the next year. So everyone takes a whole year out to put as much craziness as they can, as to upgrade all their products and to go push the boundaries of what they have. And then they get the feedback from the market. They release that set of products that they've made and then they reiterate again. The Computex show is really, really important for people to see what's coming out, see what is out, to get that feedback, that one-on-one interaction that you want from the media and from your distributors, 100%. And to make those better decisions for next year. Yeah.
That's basically it, guys. I mean, that was Computex 2018, beautifully said there by Mr. Stephen Pinto, our boss here at Reality Check. Thanks for joining us, Stephen, for just giving us a little bit of insight as to what went down there. Hopefully next year I can go so I can kind of see it for myself.
Well, make sure you get a visa.
Hoping. Still haven't gotten that SMS from Home Affairs, so we're gonna see. Anyways, guys, take it easy. We'll check you for the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and like Reality Check. Peace.